Hey guys, what's up? It's Dark Helmet Cat 67. Bringing you with something special. Yes, Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yes, this is Roller Coaster Tycoon on the Xbox. Yeah, which is what you mostly don't see every day. So that's why I just thought to myself, I would show off a video of me playing Roller Coaster Tycoon on the Xbox. Yeah. So I'm gonna load a saved game. And I'm gonna load this file, Lord Helmet, because this is a Star Wars theme park. Yes, I named it Star Wars Land because I'm doing this in honor of the new Star Wars Rise of Skywalker hitting to movie theaters. So yeah, so that's why I decided to build a Star Wars themed park. So the game just froze for a second. Yeah, sometimes it does that. The game sometimes gets stuck. So let me go over of what I have in my park so far. Good. Restraints stuck open. Anyways, one of these roller coasters that I built here broke down, so and of course, it got stuck. The game is stuck. Oh, there it is. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but I think it's probably because this is the original Xbox. So let me show you guys of what I have in my park so far in Star Wars Land. So this blue rotating thing, it's a carousel. It's the merry-go-round. I named it Jedi Carousel. As you can see, it's blue on the top. You know, to represent the blue lightsabers. Jedis with blue lightsabers. So that's my carousel. This little tower thing, that's the, I named this one Geonosis Tower. And this twister thing, or scrambled eggs is what they call it, I named it the Force. It's like it's gonna use a special force to make it spin faster. This game is pretty cool. I played this last night. I started building this yesterday. And over here is 2 roller coasters, and they are synced. That means synchronized. So, I named this one Transport Battle, but one I put Light Side, and the other one I put Dark Side. It's gonna be a dueling coaster, a dueling roller coaster. When you put sync, like when you click on here, which is the operating mode, and if you check this box, sync with adjacent stations, like those two are adjacent. That means they're next to each other. It means they will go at the same time. They will depart the station platform at the same time. So that's something. Like here. See? They're both traveling at the same time. Yes, they're gonna have a battle. And if I click on this, we can see, we can watch the actual ride. Oh, and by the way, the Xbox version of this game has a pretty nice feature. If you press the left joystick, you get an awesome magnifying glass. So that's pretty cool. Which you can do this. By doing this, you can see all the little details bigger, close up. Like the people, like your guests. It can also be used to make the text bigger on the screen for a much easier relaxation. So that's the magnification glass. That's the magnifying glass. So yeah, that's a dueling roller coaster. Those two roller coasters are dueling. So that's why I synchronized the two stations to go at the same time, because it's gonna be a war. If you watch Star Wars movies, there are lots of wars or battles. Oh, and that kind of reminds me of dueling dragons that used to be in Universal's Islands of Adventure in Florida. That was a pretty nice. That was a pretty awesome roller coaster. Yeah. And they got rid of it now, so they replaced it with something else. So that's where I got the idea of making a dueling roller coaster from the ride at Universal's Islands of Adventure in Florida. The Dueling Dragons roller coaster. Anyway, moving on. Moving on with the more park. With the rest of our park that we've done so far. Uh-oh. Transport Battle light side has broken down. Oh good, safety cutout. Yeah, yeah, it's always pretty useful to check the little notification, the little message on the bottom of the operating window. so that we can see what kind of a breakdown it is. So that way, because I don't want it to be a station brakes failure. Because if it is a station brakes failure, and if I'm operating, and if the roller coaster is operating 2 trains, and if there's one roller coaster train back at the station, and if the other one is still going fast, it's designed in such a way that it will doom it to an inevitable crash. And that's not good. That's a very key topic of this game. The safety of roller coasters. So that's why I always like to check the little notification at the bottom. Like where it says, you'll find it in, right here where it says, last breakdown, under reliability. When it breaks down, it will say current breakdown. Like in this case, the last time it broke down, it was a safety cutout. I'm not sure what that means, but it may cause things to get stuck. So, or whatever that's supposed to mean. So anyway, I added this area. I have this area here, which I'm still gonna like put some stuff in here. So in this area, I have a bumper cars. I named it Jedi Battle because I got that from the scene of Star Wars where I think it's in Attack of the Clones. I don't know. It may be either in Attack of the Clones or I think it's in Phantom Menace Episode 1. I'm not sure. Yeah, and in that episode, there is a Jedi battle in the Geonosis Arena. Yes. And I color coded these bumper cars different colors. Like some cars are blue for the light side, and some cars are red for the dark side. And over here, this little hedgy thing, those grass things, I named it Jedi Maze. Which that would mean the guests would have to battle their way to the exit. Like battle droids or something. Like even though there isn't droid diagrams popping up, but I'm just imagining it. So, and over here, this orange track thing, like you probably saw in the where it broke down. I named this one Count Dooku's Attack. Yes. That means... Oh yes. I think that's when, like, Count Dooku jumps from high, jumps from very up high. I'm not sure. But, however, there is a scene like that from Star Wars where I think that's Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3. Like we did in the Lego Star Wars, The Complete Saga. One of the chapters in Revenge of the Sith is where we had to like battle Count Dooku as one of the parts of that level. in the Droid Trade Federation cruiser, in the droid's hangar, where we were playing as Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Or Obi-Wan. So that's that. I also added some concession stands or food stands, so I added a couple of donut shops. There's one here, and there's one here, and I also added candy apple stalls. So there's one here and one over here, right by the Geonosis Tower ride. And then there's also, of course, drink stands. Like I have one here, and I have another one here. So those are all very important to add, especially when your guests stay at the park a bit longer. They'll possibly get hungry, so they're probably going to be looking for food. So, and of course, I added some bathrooms, because those are very important. You can't have a theme park or an amusement park without any bathrooms. Because otherwise, if there are no bathrooms in your park, it would be against the law. Because every theme park should always have bathrooms, so that way your guests can use them whenever they need to go badly. So those are very important. And of course I added, and you can also add scenery. Like I added that horseman statue, those the two dolphin statues between the exit building of the Force, and you can also add in fountains, like this one here. I think that's a geometric fountain. Yes. So anyway, I'm gonna build more rides. I'm gonna add something else in this area, but I'm trying to decide what. Well, by the way, the Xbox version of this game had a cool idea, which made it efficient for a controller. Instead of copying the same format on the PC version, the game gives you everything organized menus. You can select you can either select park stuff, which is that red stuff here, or financial stuff or staff management by the press of a button. Then use the thumbstick to navigate which one to select. So for park stuff, press B, press and hold B, and then use the thumbstick to select which one. The game is stuck again. Yeah. I don't like it when that happens, because, you know what I mean. I don't like it when the game gets stuck sometimes, because, it's just boring. It's just boring to be like, because if the game is stuck, that means you would be staring at the television for a long time. You would just be sitting there doing nothing. So, and I don't like that. But it wasn't stuck for a long time, so that's good. As I was saying, press and hold B for park management stuff, and then press X press and hold the X button for financial stuff and staff management stuff. Like, oh, the force has not been fixed. Do I have a mechanic? Huh? I guess I'll hire a new mechanic. And I'm gonna set up some patrol areas so that way he can look after the ride, check it every now and then. By the way, you see those blue footprints? That's the button you select to set up a patrol area for that staff member. So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty efficient. If you set up a patrol area for mechanics, like close to an exit, this will dedicate them. This will make them only focus on one ride, so that's pretty cool. I like that feature. But try to be careful not to have too many not to have things too close. Like, if you have a mechanic patrolling, looking after this ride, and there's another ride here, and if it's in the same patrol area, the mechanic will sort of get confused. So, as you can see, that's why he's not responding to the, there's still no radio call. I think it's because the mechanic is confused. I know what to do. Oh, now he goes. Huh. There we go. I'm gonna make sure I have my mechanics looking after every ride. Even though you may hire too many mechanics because you'll have too many rides in your park. I'll give him this space. I'll give him the left side. And that way the other mechanic can have the right side. And that way the two will not get confused. So there we go. I solved that problem. So now I want to build a ride. I think I know what I'm gonna build. I just need to dig up some land. I will place down a ferris wheel. Yes, it's not any ordinary Ferris wheel. It's gonna be a tall Ferris wheel. Yes, it's gonna be so high in the sky. Even though it kind of does look a bit too high. Well, that's okay though. Oh, can't test Ferris wheel yet. Entrance not yet built. You know, that's the funny thing. I don't really understand why a ride must have an entrance and exit before you can test it out to see if it works. Yeah, in this game. But if you play like Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, you can test a ride without placing an entrance and exit. So that's pretty cool. Hold on. I think I'll bring it a bit lower. I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, you don't have to demolish it. Sometimes you can sometimes hit the construction button, which is right here. But first you have to close the ride if you want to move the ride. Like if you want to move a ride somewhere else. Alright, now we put the land back. You see, if I want to build things up high, like station platforms or like simple rides like a Ferris wheel, and if I want to elevate them, I would, on the Xbox version of this, I would have to use the landscape tool, dig up a piece of land, go up a bit, and then place it. But make sure the outline of the ride is on that piece, is on that tile. So, and that's how you. Versus the PC version, it's a bit easier to elevate stuff without digging up land. On the PC, you can hold down the Shift key and then use your mouse to drag it up. So anyway, we got our Ferris wheel. I think I'm gonna name it. Because Ferris Wheel 1, it's not... I don't like that name. It's just not so good. Not that pretty to have a ride named like Ferris Wheel 1 or Roller Coaster 1 or something. But yes, I named all my rides that I have in my park so far named after pieces or cutscenes from Star Wars movies or characters from Star Wars. Like, but yes, the new Star Wars Rise of Skywalker is now in theaters. What am I gonna name this Ferris wheel? Spire? Spire Wheel? Like the Spire on Geonosis from Star Wars? You know what? Why not? And we will paint it orange. Yes. Oh yes. You can also color the ride as well. Like for the wheel. So all you have to do is press this and it brings up the color list. And you can click on any color to paint it and it will paint it that color. So like if I press the the yellow color, it will paint the rims of the Ferris wheel yellow. But that's gonna be way too camouflaged. It's gonna be hard to see. So, I'll paint the rims of the Ferris wheel a nice dark orange. Well, I think, yeah, that's the primary color, and this is the secondary color. Oh, I got a new ride. Haunted house. Alright, so now let's build our path. And if you hold down the A button, you can see all the different colored pathways. Queue lines. Like, we have standard blue, red, yellow, and green. I think I'm gonna do this one green. Yes, because some lightsabers from Star Wars are green. Like, Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. His lightsaber is green. And when making queue lines, you can go as crazy, but try not to make them too long, because guests will get bored. Because guests will get sick and tired of waiting in line for too long just to get on the ride. So, another helpful tip is, you got these banner signs. You can tag them to make it say anything that you want, but I like to use these and mark them as no entry. Yes, by that red circle, so that way guests. But yes, another tip is put no entry signs in front of your exit lanes, so that way guests do not randomly walk there and they do not get confused. Yeah, so that way, after marking that as no entry, the guests will not go down this way. Because you do not want your guests to go through exit lines. Alright, so now let's get the mechanic and have him patrol it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A transport. A roller coaster broke down. Oh good, its restraints stuck closed. Restraints stuck closed. That's good. It's not a station brakes failure. Good. Uh-oh. There's a broken trash bin. So I just fixed that. So there we go. I just added another ride to my park by putting the Ferris wheel and named it Spire Wheel. Like the Spire Tower on Geonosis. So yeah. And I also have like souvenir stalls, like t-shirts and hats. So yeah, that's Roller Coaster Tycoon for the Xbox version. I'm gonna save this. Yes, I want to override it. And I think that's gonna have to wrap up this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a comment, hit that like button if you like it, and I will be putting more of this stuff myself, and I will pick up again whenever I have more, whenever I have more rides available. Like when I added more rides, like more roller coasters, so that way I can show you guys them. Like, I'm gonna do more of this myself, and I will pick it up whenever I extend on my park. So until then, I will see you guys later. Bye.